Hello everybody and welcome to Labyrinth Trailblazer, a dungeon-crawling RPG roguelike that we're going to be checking out here today. There's a demo out on Steam, so in we're going to go. Let's see what it's all about. We got WASD to move, Q and E to strafe. Okay. It is a first-person dungeon crawler here. So it said we can strafe. We're looking that way. Okay, yeah. Just kind of clear on the whole space here. Why? Just cuz. Don't worry about it. Okay, we got a treasure chest, health potion, and some boots. Okay, is that in the menu? Yes, boots. Fighter, hello. Chains positioned by holding and dragging. Bottom row both takes and deals less damage. I'll put you in the middle. Okay. Boots, so clearly we're going to get a party. Menu button to equip an item. Potions can't be equipped or equipped or used outside of combat. The screen will flash red if there is an enemy within 2 tiles. Okay. There's an enemy within 2 tiles. I'm assuming it's this way. Right there, yeah. Attack to deal damage. I will attack. To do 1 damage? Oh, come on. No, dude. Defend to reduce incoming damage. This music is bringing me back to like 90s web pages. And I'm loving that. Okay, so we will defend, use an item. Do I have to use a health potion? Ally target gains 3 HP? Sure. Yeah. Understood. Use a skill. Skills have a cooldown and some cost TP. Heavy slash. Do 3 damage to an enemy. Apply 1. Okay. Passive, if action is active, self takes 1.5 damage. So it's basically applies a damage amp to them for 1 use. This has a cooldown of 3. Gotcha. Okay. Eat it, tutorial slime. And then what is self patch? Gain 2 temp HP and 2... For 2 turns, we'll do +1 damage. Okay. The phrasing on these tooltips, I don't mind it. It's very like coder, though, you know? All right. Like, it does mean you could do some pretty wild stuff. Ooh. Patch up. Start of battle. Your self gains 3 temp HP. Can make heavy slash a cooldown 2, or learn double slash, which does 1 damage to an enemy 2 times. I mean, if we can get some way to up that flat damage, that's obviously pretty good. I'm assuming temp HP is just exactly what it sounds like. Temporary HP that'll, you know, we could lose and it doesn't really matter. So that's pretty appealing. In the terms of like long-term tankiness, that's a pretty big deal. Heavy slash seems honestly exceptionally good though. Does it cost a TP? I can't remember. Oops, I didn't mean to take off my boots. Which do what? Speed of 2. Cooldown 2 of 2. It does not cost any TP. Okay, so yeah, that just being a 2-turn cooldown instead is like a lot better. I'm just going to make sure there's nothing here. Correct. Add... Okay. Add unit archer, healer, mage. Debuffer inflicts debuffs on enemies to weaken them. Attacker and debuffer inflicts burn debuff. Has skills that use high amounts of TP. I mean, a healer does sound good. I'll go for the mage, though. And let's get you... Oops. Hold on. Let's get you in the back, I guess. Since you get temporary HP at the start of combat, it makes sense, right? Like, to have you eat the attacks. Party gains 1 TP at the end of every fight. Open the menu, rearrange your party. Characters on the bottom, yep, take and deal less damage. Enemies that appear on the overworld are stronger. Getting to the stairs or dying will finish the tutorial. Okay. Is there any kind of, like, other unit we can fight to strengthen ourselves a little bit before we fight this big bad boy? Could also just theoretically go to these stairs. I'm in tutorial over, right? Yeah, okay. Choose 2. I mean, I will go for the fighter and the... Oh, you know what? I'll randomize it. I'm feeling lucky, man. Let's actually see... okay. So clearly there's 5 in the demo, but looks like there's going to be 10 overall there. So let's put Archer presumably in the back. I mean, I'll check your moves. I'm going to assume it'll make sense. Okay, so we have Binding Shot, does 2 damage and makes them do 2 less damage. It does cost a TP, though. 3 damage and apply a vulnerable. Okay, so that's the same as the other attack that the... I want to say Knight, but it's probably not a Knight. Fighter, maybe, has. If you're in the back row, you do +1 damage to an enemy. See, yeah, there. Makes sense. Makes sense. Hello. Bye. Leave. Mage Bracelet. Fire Jar. I mean... Max TP up by 1, and at the start of turn, gain a TP every 3 turns. Okay, some potentially interesting stuff there. I'm gonna need to... Okay, sure, we'll do a fight probably right here. We'll go Vulnerable Shot. So we take less damage in the back. It doesn't mean they're going to attack the front first. Gotcha, yeah. So Heavy Slash, 5, and apply another one of these. Turn 2, we start again here. We could go Binding Shot. We get a TP after every fight. So it does just kind of make sense. Self-Patch. Not much of a point. We'll do 1 damage here because then at the start of the next turn we have 2 damage with the Archer. I thought, since you're in the back line? No? I guess you're just that crappy, huh? Make Binding Shot do 2 damage instead. Cost 1 HP to do 5 damage to an enemy. I can't lie. That's pretty good. That's very my jam. So the fire was for a party member, yeah? Protects allies with shield and defense up. So the dude we have is not a tank. So we could grab the defender instead of a healer. We'll get a healer. Fine. What's your deal? Do a damage, sure. Ally target gains 3 temp HP. It's a clever way of handling the kind of like stall mechanic of in-combat healing, you know? Of just being like, I'm going to stay in the fight because I'm going to get more health from a healer, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's a really nice way of handling that. Enemy loses 3 health. Different phrasing than do 1 damage, so that probably does mean it is different. Start of battle, allies all allies gain 1 temp HP. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that quite a bit. Weep, weep. I can't help myself. I feel like I have to complete the full circle there. Enemy within 2 spaces. It could be right here. I want to go for the chest there. It just makes sense. The cooldown stay between fights. Understood, man. Bring it. I wanted a vulnerable. So Light Blast is... Yeah, We could go for the temp HP. It's... Could defend. I mean, I guess I could just remove 3 health. Sure. Vulnerable shots. We should be able to kill before they get to play again, because it looks like we get to go first. We can just go attack, 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 and not spend any resources. Probably the call. Apply 1 hello, damage up. Passive, wait. Any unit does -1 damage to self. The phrasing on that seems to imply that, like, the self-damage thing wouldn't work either. Making this a cooldown of 1 is kind of interesting. 1 damage to an entire enemy row. Not relevant yet, but it definitely, I could see it becoming relevant. We'll go for that. A cursed treasure box. 1 random unit becomes cursed. Gain a random potion. I don't know about becoming cursed already. We're 11 minutes in. Do I want to be cursed? Alright, 1 unit can lose 2 HP, sure. I don't love that. Will clear. Old Master Adventurer. Learn a new skill or upgrade a skill. Let's start with upgrades for now. Heavy Slash doing an extra damage. 4 temp HP. Apply 3 turns. 3 turns of a damage buff. So we really could look into a multi-strike attack for you, and it would be a little bit more appealing. I do kind of just like the idea of Heavy Slash doing 1 more, though. Alright, should I head back to... Do we have any kind of, like, food or anything we have to worry about? It doesn't look like it. Huh? Draw. Oh. Okay. I guess I thought that would be slightly different. Buy something? Suspicious Peddler. Buy Mage Bracelet for 3 HP from the Archer. An extra TP per turn. Every 3 turns is pretty interesting. Oh god, we could keep going. I'm gonna say no for right this minute. I'm thinking that'll be a healer thing. This takes TP. Maybe I will throw it on the Archer. Because, Binding Shots is probably something we'll do a decent amount. Self-patch, we're not doing a lot right now, but we probably will later. Cost an HP. So I don't know, maybe Mage Bracelet goes on the Archer, so you get up to 2 TP per fight as well, anyways. We could buy some, we could just get another one. Speed, I'm not exactly sure what it does. I'm assuming it's gonna be who gets to go first. I don't know if we can see that. It doesn't say. I think it's a safe assumption. It's like turn order related. I wonder if shield helps with self-damage. Let's science this. Dead end over here? Nope, just links up with the other spot. Okay. There's a fire. Okay, we got our temp HPs. Binding Shot, we get the 1 extra every 3 turns. I think it already happened. Yeah, it happened already. But if we go for the Vorpal? Okay, yeah, we could go for the Vorpal and basically get a KO right away, right? So, wait. It said in a cross formation, so... Vorpal Blade's on cooldown. It's okay, it's still not bad. It's, like, really not bad. Goodbye. Costly Strength. Self deals +1 damage to an enemy. Okay, so it's a damage buff that takes an HP. On hit, if self does damage to an enemy... Is this a passive? You have a 50% chance to make them take 1 more damage from everything? If that's a passive, that's really interesting. Passive, yeah. If self is in the back row, self does +1 damage to enemy. So yeah, it does say that I'm supposed to be doing 2. Maybe I am now. We could go trade some HP. What was that? Oop. Oh, move this. I was like, can we actually move? I think it was right. It was this. Okay. We might as well, if we can do it again. We can't do it again. Actually, it's here. Yeah, now that we've done it once, we can't do it again. Gotcha. Clear out the space, make sure we're good. I just figured if we could sack some HP for resources, it would make sense. Increase healer stats. Archer, max TP, speed. Probably the fighter. If you have a move that does self-damage currently. Where are you? Punk. Okay, back it up. Clearly there's like a big old... Yeah, there's you. We'll come fight you in a bit. But I got more space to explore yet. Hello. Wait. Huh? How do I... How... Okay, I can choose. I have to... I click this circle, not the health bar. Okay, we did not get the buff. We could not. We can't go for the Vorpal. You can attack the back line. I think we do this because we're going to Vorpal the front. Temp HP. We'll give it to you because you already have temp HP. Wait, what? Did I whiff or something? I feel like maybe it has to be an actual heal. I think that I'm misunderstanding temp HP. Maybe it means like... Maybe temp HP actually translates to current health? That's probably what it translates to, like, really. Which is a slightly different thing, for sure. Okay, then we Vorpal Blade in the front for one shot. We can't... Holy blessing. We can Light Blast, though, which should do the same thing here. $50% chance to do an extra 1 damage? Sure. I'm a sucker for passives. Fire Jar, Magic Gem. Max TP +2. Dude, jeez. Probably not relevant unless we get a mage. Vulnerable, 6 damage to a specific enemy. Okay, it's good to know we have those. We might use those in the I don't know, the jaguar fart? The jaguar fart. Do eat a berry. Gain 2 max HP but lose some? Hell yeah, man. That's my kind of thing. Alright. Jaguar was like over here. It's more like a tiger. I just kind of like, I like it like that for now. You and me, punk. Yeah, we got the temp HP. Yeah, see, there it is. There's the blue temp HP. We could throw a vulnerable pot at you. I don't mind the idea of just weakening you for a turn, though. That feels decent. Self-patch. We definitely can. Sure. Put the vulnerable out. Yeah, it lasts 1 usage. We could even fire jar you to do a whopping 8. I'm gonna... Yeah, sure. Okay. Gain +4 speed there. Heavy slash definitely sounds good. We get to reapply this here. I feel like the tooltips are way too sticky. See, look at this. I go here and then I'm down here. Like, boom. They take a little bit too long to go away and they show up a little bit too fast. Usually, like, the best way to do this is to have it be on, like, a half-second delay before it shows up for the first time. But then when you move away, it goes away a lot quicker than that. Kind of doesn't matter that much. To ally cross. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that does work like that. Seems pretty good. Hurts a little. You can just go for an attack here. Yeah, I mean, I think sure. It does eat up my vulnerable. We can kill next turn with a Vorpal Blade. Might as well just attack, man. Yeah. So temp HP can't go over max HP. Understood. I would imagine that temp HP... Yep, temp HP can be spent that way, though. Okay. If your HP percent... 70. It's currently 70? If it's under or equal 50%, you do 1 extra damage. That's just telling me what it is currently. Lower the cooldown of Binding Shot is not bad. More Vorpal damage. Ooh, we get another. Do 2 damage to enemy. Do 2 damage to enemy. Passive. Self deals plus self damage to enemy. Passive self does plus self damage to enemy. So is it saying when, like, as a passive, whenever I do damage to myself? Huh. I will do that damage to them. I have to click that and figure it out. I have to click that just to know. Oh, we got a goblin. I thought that we, okay. I maybe thought that was the boss. Egg on my face. I think we we have not fully explored. And since it doesn't seem like there's a penalty, I'm just gonna sidestep our way over here. Just look at the mini-map. If you're feeling motion sick or something, I recommend the mini-map. Weak jar, block potion, fire jar. I'll get the fire jar. I prefer going ham. The thing is, the fire jar is a really good use of our vulnerable, since aside from Vorpal Blade, it's the best thing we can do for damage. Yo, that's a lot of dudes. Okay. We can kill you before you go. Again, that is. Protect ally. I mean, does it protect any ally? Huh? Not very good. Not very good at it, I guess. That was okay. They buffed. Yee. Light blasts. I mean, I sure could. It probably does go through shielding here. We're not likely to kill anyone before they get to do their move. I don't like that you have multiple buffs, so let's go ahead and focus you down a little bit here. Bleh. Well, vulnerable shot because we should be able to get you killed here. With a standard attack now, right? No, because what? We've been weakened? Do I have... I have... Bleh. I'm in a heavy slash. I don't want to waste my... Dude, what? Oh, my. Good. Just wanted to get the ads out of the way first, but like... Spiked bash. On hit, if any... Not a fan. We could self-patch. But is that, like, even worth it? Yeah, I think it is, actually. We want to stall a little bit until we can do a Vorpal again. But, like, ideally, we'd vulnerable. Do we... Let's get rid of your shield. Because if we want to set up... So we have the Vorpal. I don't want to do that quite yet. Let's focus on you, actually. Uh-oh. Archer. We can't vulnerable. You're not really doing a whole lot here, but maybe we can apply the debuff, 50%. Protect ally, you son of a gun! I think shield is like a full-on... I think it blocks all damage. Okay, we should be fine, though, because now we vulnerable shot you. As long as you don't defend ally again, okay, then we should be able to Vorpal Blade and get a kill is what I was going to say. Hey, and we did, because it did the 1 extra damage because of the passive. Okay. We bind and shot you. And then we got the extra thing there. Protect ally, yeah, whatever. Exert strength, give me that passive. Debuff, good. Maybe slash. Wait, so no, it is just a shield of 1, I guess. It's not that scary then. We're fine. We're just going through the motions now that the boss is gone. Got a crit, I suppose. Bye-bye, punk. The stairs. Labyrinth cleared. Duration 24 minutes. Unlocks Healer Cleanse. Oh, you son of a gun. It is a demo indeed. It is a demo indeed. There's like a samurai there. You have four characters in the party. Soon I can see here. Obviously, we saw that. Is there an Ice Mage? Yeah, Ice Mage, Wind Mage, Ninja, Samurai. I feel like, yeah, it's got a really nice foundation to it here. It's a nice little simple throwback kind of feeling dungeon crawling roguelike. It has that, it has some modern twists on a more traditional roguelike. Like, almost, like, the first thing that comes to mind, I know it's not the only, the first thing that comes to mind is Legend of Grimrock, that this is kind of like, but obviously not quite. Like, the combat is more involved than a typical, like, traditional roguelike would be. It's got those elements of a traditional roguelike, but then instead of just doing the fights where you bump into each other until somebody dies, it teleports you into like a real kind of JRPG style combat, which is interesting. I personally really like that. I personally really, really like that. It seems like there's a lot of customizability to the character abilities, which I like that a lot as well. Very neat. Yeah, it's a nice, light roguelike. If this comes out at a relatively cheap price, I feel like, yeah, it is a great thing to go pick up, play a little bit of dungeon crawling. But alas, that's that. You can do it every day. My name is Retchmation. Cover indie games every single day with an extra specialty in roguelikes and roguelites. If that is something you're into, this is a channel that you should be subscribed to. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.